As planters drill cottonseed deep into the Rio Grande Valley soil, farmers like Brian Jones still have to deal with a cotton farmer's worst fear, the boll weevil. This pest has been causing havoc for Texas growers since 1892. It wasn't until 100 years later that the Texas boll weevil eradication program was launched. Now the insect is functionally eradicated from the Panhandle and most of West Texas and suppressed across the rest of the state. That is, except for the Rio Grande Valley.
We see the success that it's had across the rest of the nation, and that's what we want here too, is to be fully eradicated.
The land along the Rio Grande River has a long history with this pest. The boll weevil entered the U.S. in Brownsville in the late 1800s and within a few decades had ravaged most of the cotton belt. These pesky beetles feed on cotton bolls and lay eggs in them, causing the bolls to fall off and die. The southernmost part of Texas is a paradise for the weevil, with its subtropical weather and year-round cotton. Not to mention the bug is native to Mexico.
Trying to get the boll weevil to stop at an international border is not going to happen. I mean, they're going to fly right across that river, just go with the natural wind flow.
To eradicate the boll weevil starts with mapping all the cotton fields in a particular zone and then setting traps. These traps contain a pheromone that attracts the insect. Then the fields can be treated. The program has been very successful in the lower Rio Grande Valley zone, but the hardest battle is still being fought.
When we first came in here to this area, they were averaging like 17, 18 weevils per crop on an annual average. And now, we're less than 1% of annual average. So the success has been very positive. It's just, killing the last weevils that's always the challenge.
Almost 900,000 acres of cotton were treated in the valley last year. Boll weevil numbers were just shy of 210,000. The hope is, as farmers in the region work together with the Texas Boll Weevil Eradication Foundation, the pest will finally be pushed out of Texas once and for all.
It's not just individual producers, fighting the battle on their own. Here, with the foundation managing the eradication program, well, then decisions are made area-wide and applications are applied in a timely manner, and that's why we're able to reach the results that we've been able to.
This pest is not the only struggle facing valley cotton growers. Lack of water is at the top of the list. Brian is planting just a fraction of his normal crop, with little hope it will even break through the topsoil. Normally this field would be irrigated, but not this year. Mexico refuses to supply the water it owes the U.S. via a 70-year-old treaty. Plus, Deep South Texas is plagued with some of the worst drought conditions in the state. Eliminating those last boll weevils would give farmers one less thing to worry about.
If we can't control it here, it can start migrating north again, just like it did back in the 1800s.
For TFB News, Ed Wolff, Ed Couch.